All right, welcome back, everybody, to the BSL Season 7. I'm Rapid with Nyoken, Zero behind the scenes, and all of you wonderful people in chat. Also, just a big shout out to the crew that helps out with BSL. You can learn more about them by typing !crew in chat, because it's not just a one-man show. I actually got a chance to meet Mr. Hatchet when I was at Corrupted Cup. That was pretty cool. And then, of course, Foxhan as well, and Wordy and Fujikura and everybody else out there that helps make BSL possible. A big shout out to them as well. So Nyoken, we just watched like the fastest best of 3 in BSL history. I don't have the stats on that, but I'm pretty confident. Are we going to see the same thing here in our second series?
It's possible. It's ZVZ, and we have a very deadly Zerg player in Eon Zerg, especially in ZVZ, but Babo's equally good in ZVZ. You know, yesterday when we had 2 best of 5s that went the distance, and it finished in 2 hours and 45 minutes, I thought, we can't possibly have a shorter day. Yet we're on pace for that.
Yeah, we are. Now, this is going to be between Eon Zerg and Babo. Like you said, Eon Zerg is a BSL champion. But last season in BSL, he actually did not have that great a performance. When he hit round of 16, who did he lose to there? I think he got knocked out by Gorinich?
It was me.
Oh, did you actually eliminate it? Oh,
no,
okay.
Actually, Gorinich eliminated him, but yeah, I got out in first.
It was the 1-2 punch of the Nyoken jab and then the Gorinich uppercut. So
exactly.
That was amazing. I think, that was, it was best of 3s too. So, damn. So what's the secret, Nyoken?
For Terran versus Zerg, well, pray that the Zerg lets you go 5 racks. That's the secret. But this is ZVC. I don't know. You know, actually, I wish that Tai2 came out in a different position, because the matchup I was looking forward to the most in the round of 8 would have been Tai2 versus any Zerg, because we saw Tai2 with this very interesting style, you know, Hatch in his main. Then we had like 2 long games of ZVZ, which you don't see. So I was kind of disappointed in that, but we're going to see some aggro play from both of these players, most likely, but maybe Eon Zerg took a page out of Tai2's book, and maybe we'll actually have long ZVZs Rapid.
ZVZ is my favorite late game matchup in the game. I love it. It's so crazy. You've got like 50 supply versus mutas in the air, of mutas in the air. Maybe you get Hive Tech, maybe you don't. Who knows? It's just that crazy. And actually, Tai2 is an excellent Hive Tech ZVZ player, so I was looking forward to it. But that's not what we have. We are going to be getting into our series between Babo and Eon Zerg, and I think Eon Zerg's best matchup is ZVZ. Yes. And, oh, by the way, he's a BSL champion and also one of the best players in the non-Korean world. So our first map is Bloody Ridge. We just got to figure out whose blood it's going to be. So Eon Zerg may be the clear favorite here. Babo, he's a little bit crazy, so we'll see if he can mix it up. So anything can happen. I'm required to say that by law. I sign a contract when I become a caster that I must say that ZVZ, anything can happen. Also something about a knife fight on rollerblades. I don't know. But let's get into it. It's game number 1 of our second best of 5 between Babo and Eon Zerg. All right, here we go in the upper right-hand corner. Wait, hold on. I made it in the red, but they're both red, so we got to go back to black as Zerg. It's Eon Zerg.
In the bottom left, as the yellow Zerg, it is Babo. So last time we saw Eon Zerg play this map, he was pretty aggro. Do you remember when he like turned around to defend? He always took the concave advantage in the center of the map because they have those tiny chokes. So I'm already liking Eon Zerg simply because this is not a ladder map, and I feel like Babo just isn't going to be as experienced on here as Eon.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of Babo's successes have come off of ladder maps. I think when he was playing in the round of 16 last season, he actually had his victory over Gosujark on the ladder maps, Benzine and Eddie, I want to say. This season, obviously completely different, so I don't know. But let's find out, because this is maybe an advantage for Eon because he's probably played this a little bit more. So as far as the builds are concerned, what are we looking at, Nyoken?
Yeah, we've got a 9-pool gas for Babo, and we've seen a few times people cancel the gas, go for an extra drone, but this time no cancel. This is just going to be Babo being super aggressive, and Eon Zerg, there's the 12 pool. I was getting worried that we're going to have a 12 hatch on a 2-player map. I was like, what, man? And especially the natural is extremely big, like the potential to just run into the main. I was highly worried, but we do have a good response from Eon Zerg taking gas himself. Everything is just fine.
Yeah, if you're one base in it, you can really get away with a lot because the choke into the main is so narrow, but the choke in the natural is wide open. You gotta really work on your SimCity there to block that off. But finally, the hatchery is gonna come down here for Eon Zerg. He is confident here because anytime there's a 2-player map, man, I always just expect 9-pool speed or like 9-pool lair into the fastest mutas you can get because it's just so strong.
Yeah, and last time we saw ZVZ, can't remember exactly who it was, but we were seeing Lair as the follow-up to the 9-pool. This time, Babo's going for speed. He's not going to be tucking into super fast Lair. And Babo knows the Overlord path. Look how he skirted around it.
Nice.
Eon Zerg has no idea. Now, he's going to build Lings regardless because it's ZVZ. He also got speed first himself, so this is exactly what he needs to do. And he's hiding the Lings. I don't know what this is for the hidden Lings for Eon Zerg, but they're at the top of his base.
Well, they're going to hit right now, and the hatchery is about 3/4 done. Bring in a drone, so that's actually very, very crucial. But yeah, six lings of his own. So I don't know about this. I mean, yeah, Babo, I think he kind of missed his window there. He's actually going to bypass, get into the main if he wants to, but decides to turn around instead.
Yeah, that was great defense so far from Eon Zerg. He's going to have equal amounts of Lings. He's going to have speed himself very soon. And that one drone actually blocked off a couple Lings, and he got off a few free hits. But he's still not out of the woodworks yet. He's got to defend this. There's a few easy hits for Babo. He's consistently rallying behind this. He does have his lair almost done. Eon Zerg halfway.
Oh. That looks like a concave versus a convex to me. Nyoken, we all know how that goes. More Zerglings streaming in. Defender's advantage is going to kick in, as well as the larva advantage for Eon Zerg. So this is not a sustainable battle for Babo. So he wisely backs out. Is not going to be able to take out that hatchery.
Yeah, but if he wants to fight, he needs to go now. He's got 9 versus 8. There's no extra Lings popped out just yet for Eon Zerg. He had 9 versus 6 for a second. So a little bit of a missed opportunity there. But behind this, he does have his Spire going down. Eon Zerg, he's not mining gas. He can't even match the Spire. So we're going to have a big Ling counterattack. Most likely go into the Evolution Chamber that we've been seeing very often. And Babo, look, he's the one that's going to have the arc advantage in the center of the map. If Eon Zerg just blindly A moves through the middle, he's going to run into bad news with these Lings.
Yeah, so he's only got 2 on gas because obviously, like you said, he's not going to be able to match the Spire timing. He's already figured it out. He's like, well, there's not a whole lot to do. So at least he's going to sack the Overlord, just see what's going on in the main, confirm that yes, it is Spire. It's everything looks totally normal and copacetic on that side of the map. But I actually really like this because I love the contrast between like the player that gets the hatchery and defends, gets those sunkens up, and then the player that goes for like the really hyper aggressive Muta play. But the burden is on the Muta player because he's got to get damage done.
Yeah, but Babo, he's a 2v2 player. He knows how to play aggressive. In 2v2, you're hyper aggressive. And there are maps where I do like the Evolution Chamber play, like Power Bond. Specific spawns, I like it because the nat to the ramp is very small. But in this particular map, look how many colonies he's going to... Look at the natural for Eon Zerg. He just put up 2 colonies. Does that defend the little choke on the right side if mutas just sit over that ledge? No, he's going to have to build a 3rd colony. That's so many resources. And he's building 2 more in his main. So 5 colonies to defend 2 bases.
Wow.
I'm not too sure about this Evolution Chamber style on this map in particular.
Yeah, that ridge up above the natural is so stupid. Like, oh my gosh. It's like the Muta micro you can do there is just the most annoying. Now, obviously, maybe you bring an Overlord, so it's not going to do high ground, low ground vision. But at that point, you got to keep that Overlord alive. So easier said than done for sure. So now we've got the Mutas out. They're headed across the map, and there's still no Spire on the way for Eon Zerg. He is way behind on that timing. Catches the Ling as it runs out. That's a nice pick off for Babo. And now he has complete map control. He can throw down a hatchery if he wants to behind this. Let's see if he can get some damage done.
You know, Muta's flying in the main. He's going to see that there's nothing there, and instantly a counterattack from Eon Zerg. And this is probably twice as many lings as Babo has. So Babo needs to get back, and he still doesn't even see any lings. So now he just now sees them in the center map, flying back pretty quickly. But if Eon Zerg loses these lings, he's going to give up his ling advantage. Potentially, Babo can take a natural. And
wait, what? Oh, I thought Babo was turning around there for a second. If the lings had kept going, that would have been actually beautiful. But now it's gonna be lings versus lings and mutas. I don't know if that's favorable odds for Eon Zerg. He does have quite a few lings, but not gonna do anything with these mutas out here.
Yeah, I don't know about that engagement. I would have liked him to break off a few lings to go into the main very quickly, but now it's too late, and the lings do 0 damage. And all of a sudden, we lost like 30 lings there for basically free, and now we have even ling counts with 7, 8 mutas. How does Eon Zerg defend this? As I said, the choke is so exposed, we can just move command to the main with these lings, and then the lings get bottlenecked and the mutas pick them off.
Yeah, and the Creep Colony is just now finishing. He's going to morph that into a Sunken, but it loses 100 hit points when you do that. This is already just going to be very, very difficult. Ling versus Ling, but the mutas are doing such a good job clearing them out. There's so many mutas now. He's got 9, now 8 mutas. He was actually doing such a good job there. Now, fighting in the middle of the map, Babo's just getting such favorable traits, but he doesn't have a natural expansion. He doesn't have that extra gas income. And the Spire is just about to pop for Eon Zerg.
Yeah, insane reaction from Eon Zerg to take no damage to those lings. And he had a small ling counterattack that has, you know, kept Babo busy back in his main. He's only on 5 drones mining minerals. His econ is in shambles. He needs to start thinking about getting a second hatchery, whether it's in his main or at his nat, because the larva advantage is starting to kick in for Eon Zerg. He's got the Spire, as you said. He's got his natural set up. He looks pretty tight. God, there's so many colonies you have to build at that natural to defend this base when you're going for this style.
It's almost just not worth it, but like obviously you have to do it. Even building a third one in the main, that's crazy. He's got 6 colonies right now, and he was up 2 workers. Now he was up 2 or 3 workers. Now he's only up 1. Man, it's just so hard to build drones in this matchup. It's crazy.
Yeah, such a razor-thin matchup. I love how Eon Zerg is definitely building more lings to make sure that Muta-Ling combo doesn't get into the main. He does not find a kill onto that drone, and that Spore actually got a Muta kill. A big sniper right there. And Eon Zerg, I'm trying to check, is he building Mutas anywhere? No, still lings, still Scourge. He doesn't really have good econ just yet, but Babo, now he's finally feeling confident to go take a hatchery, and these Scourge, they're actually getting an Overlord kill back in Babo's main.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was going to get an Overlord kill right there. Yeah, it takes out an Overlord. Supply blocks Babo at 34 out of 25, so that's obviously a nice way to stop any more mutas from coming out.
Yeah, and also the Scourge got to see that the drones were pulled off, so Eon Zerg knows that, you know, there's not going to be any more mutas being built for now, but I'm not too sure if that's a big deal because Eon Zerg's so starved on gas. But here comes a Ling counterattack again, back into the main.
I really like that he snuck a couple of lings by. Those lings are sleeping on duty at the wall there. If he actually picks off a drone here, that would be gigantic. But damage is one, but can't pick it off. But hey, he's bought himself enough time. He's got an extra gas, which means his muta count is going to skyrocket now.
Yeah, so even though Eon Zerg was down in mutas forever, now that the second gas has come into play and the hatchery isn't even done for Babo, he's going to catch up very quickly. And all of a sudden, we're back into a game like we saw with Tai 2, where we've got 2 base Zerg. One of the players is content with just sitting on their side of the map, which is Eon Zerg, and we may just have mass muta versus mass muta. Here come more Ling counterattacks, but he's really not finding any success with these Lings.
No, but like that's the whole idea. That's why he's scourging Overlords and running Lings by. It's anything to just buy time because his economy is so superior. He's up 5 drones now on Babo because he snuck in drones while the Zerglings were running away. And while I think he killed like 3 or 4 Overlords? Something crazy like that. For a while it was like 17 supply for Babo. I was just like, wow, that's he's not building a whole lot at that point. So, man, I think Eon Zerg is actually going to come out in a pretty good position. The only thing that could throw a wrench in this is that Babo's getting Carapace.
Yeah, I was clicking around to see if either player is going to get any upgrades. Carapace about 25% done. Eon Zerg has 8 mutas right now. Meanwhile, Babo has 11 with flat out more gas than Eon Zerg. So if Eon Zerg, for some reason, gets overly confident and wants to pick a battle in the middle of the map, he's going to have very good Scourge hits, have good Muta Micro because he has the inferior numbers for now. But I wonder if Babo's going to take a third base or Eons are going to take a third base. We're starting to get drone counts where we can support 3 bases.
Yeah. So Babo just checked for the third base at the 3 o'clock location. Saw it wasn't there. Now he's sending a couple of mutas over to check for the third base at the natural. He's checking every other base on the map just to make sure. I really like that kind of vigilance because Babo does have a little bit of an advantage for now. And even though Eon Zerg's starting Carapace of his own, it's not going to be done as quickly as Babo's is. So if Babo wants to just go all in on mutas and hit right as soon as that Carapace finishes, that could be the recipe for success here, as long as he doesn't fight over like 10 spores.
Yeah, like where would he engage? So we got 3 in the main, 3 at the natural. Eon Zerg can just sit, but yeah, as you said, he could potentially have a good fight if Eon Zerg is out in the center of the map. Both players, this is the point in the game where what do you do in ZVZ? Is anyone going to rush Hive? Is anyone just going to continue to build mutas? Or is somebody going to switch to Hydras? Remember we saw Gorinich go Hydras in one of the craziest games I've ever seen versus Tai2. But both, wow, that's so many Scourge.
Yeah, oh my god, he's going to run the Scourge, and he's already got the mutas hitting. If he move commands here, he's got the moving shot. Eon Zerg catching the mutas, but now muta reinforcements in the main. The Scourge continuing to chase here. He's going to get a couple. Will he find more? He gets a more and more Scourge to land, but he's actually targeting the drones at the extractor. More Scourge land from Eon Zerg, and in the end, it's a control group and 2 left over for Babo, but he lost all of his gas drones in the meantime.
Well, in the main, he really didn't lose that many drones, so a pretty good defense from Babo overall, but now we do have a big discrepancy in the drone count, 18 to 11. Also, Eon Zerg is the one finally taking the third hatch, and Babo has no idea about it. And since Eon Zerg is the one with the evolution chamber, imagine if he sets up 3 spores there. Then what does Babo do? He can never engage at any base. He doesn't have Hive or something for a superior engagement over top of spores. He's just going to have to match the hatchery of Eon Zerg, and I just don't know if he can ever catch up in the muta count at that point.
Yeah, and you'll notice Eon Zerg hit right before that Carapace was done for Babo. If he had taken that fight right afterwards, maybe it doesn't go so well, because the muta count, I think, still favored Babo. He also didn't micro against the Scourge super vigilantly, but now, of course, it's that hatchery that's going to make the big difference, because both players will have Carapace, and man, I think Eon Zerg is going to make this one happen.
Well, Babo did find the third hatch, and if Babo wants to deny the third base, this would be the time. But ZVZ is so dangerous. If you try to attack and get counterattacked and you don't have any static D, which Babo doesn't have, potentially we're trading a third hatch, which has no drones there, for our natural or our main. That may not be the ideal move. So he's in a very weird position at this point. What does he do exactly to get back into this game?
I mean, I guess in theory, it just comes down to massive mutas versus mutas, right? But it doesn't even come down to that anymore because there's this third base with a third gas. So Eon Zerg just inevitably wins the game unless Babo takes a third. And even if he does, he's going to be slower on it.
Yeah, and look at the natural for Eon Zerg. It looks like he just flat out has more mutas. If we look at the muta count for Babo, sure, it's a lot, but it just doesn't look as much as Eon Zerg. Now, I think Babo wants to pick a fight now. He wants to definitely fight at the third base, but there's a spore, as I said. But I don't think he can win the fight. There's just so many mutas, but he's going to try.
Here we go. He's going to target down the spore instantly. Scourge coming in from the side. If all these Scourge hit, that's not bad. A lot of them do hit, but I think the muta count is just maybe a little bit too overwhelming here. It's actually really close to call, but I think Eon's got it. How do you cast this? What's even happening?
Eon Zerg, he just had too many mutas. He had maybe like 5 or 6 more, and he overwhelmingly wins the fight. It's like 3 left over versus 7. Babo's going to try and make magic happen with these couple Scourge that he has left over, but Scourge for Eon Zerg pop out. That's a nice find. 1 Scourge for 1 muta. Got to take whatever you can get, but there's third hatch up for Eon Zerg, and now he can potentially go counterattack or just drone up if he wants to.
Yeah, I think droning is going to be the option. I thought the Overlords in the upper left-hand corner were going to be a base. They're not. It's just Overlords. So no third coming up for Babo. I thought maybe he like tries to take like the middle or something crazy like that. I don't know, man. But yeah, 2 base versus 3. Not a recipe for success in the long run. Maybe he can find like a backstab, kill a bunch of drones, but it's 23 drones for Eon Zerg, and he's got 3 gases.
Yeah, I think that move from Babo was the move he really needed to make. It was, sure, he had to fight 1 Spore, but it was probably his best opportunity to get something done. But here comes Eon Zerg. He's going to counterattack. They've got even mutas right now, but there's more Scourge for Eon Zerg. Got to control this perfectly. Meanwhile, Ling sneaking in again.
Man, Eon keeps doing this, and even if it never works, if it even just kills 1 drone, I think it's worth it. Yeah, all the gas drones stay alive there, so just keeping the mutas back at home for Babo. And on the other side, I think Eon Zerg is starting to really build this muta count back up. What are we at? Just a solid control group here for Eon, and oh, he's got to engage this right. First shots come off from Babo. He does have the smaller muta number, though, so he cannot fight this, and just fighting a losing battle. Nice micro against the Scourge here, though. And a couple of Lings trying to run by at the same time. He's going to try to pick off some drones. Gets 1. Gets 2.
Yeah, these are nice pickoffs, but it still remains that the third hatch is up. And just, even though we're slowly delaying the gas income, Eon Zerg will eventually get it. And we need to start thinking about getting a third base from Babo. There goes that drone. He's going to take his third base, but here come more Scourge, more mutas. Eon Zerg just relentless. Oh, well, the mutas aren't synced up together. This is a bit of missed micro from Eon Zerg.
I mean, still taking these drone casualties is really going to hurt. He actually somehow did not lose a drone during all of that. And now Babo is going to counter push him. What? Wait, Babo has more mutas here.
Yeah, Babo has more mutas, and he had Scourge connections, and Eon Zerg's going to, oh, well, reinforcing mutas. Wow, there's a lot of reinforcing mutas, but still more Scourge coming out for Babo. And now he's got the moving shot. He's going to pick off maybe 3 or 4.
Oh, we can get another free muta at the rally point. Oh my god. Is 1 Mutalisk going to slip by? Oh no, the Scourge are going to target it. Wait, no. No, the Scourge missed. They're so dumb. Oh my god, they finally figured out. Oh, should we attack the muta boss? Yeah. They're just so stupid. It's just so stupid. But damn, Babo making a little bit of a comeback there. I mean, it's not even by any means, but Eon did get pushed back, which I never thought was going to happen.
Yeah, it's much closer than I thought. The muta count is still even at this point. Both players still +1 armor, neither player going +2 armor or +1 weapon. But you can see the effect of this one hatchery. Eon Zerg's able to match the muta production while also building these Lings. And because he's able to build these Lings, he can just counterattack this third base. Meanwhile, mutas go to the Nat, and Babo's got to split his D, and he can't do that. And this third hatch is going to go down.
That made me, like, physically feel pain when you said that. I just want you to know that, Nyoken. Muta's left back at home. Eon will defend his third base, while meanwhile, no defense possible at Babo's third, and now I think he's just got to go for it, because there's no way he gets up another third, lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, and just Babo doesn't have any angle to attack. Anytime he leaves his base, Eon Zerg just counterattacks him, and the third gas, we've already mined over 1,000 gas at the third base. So Eon Zerg just going to have so many mutas. It's just painful. These Lings just doing so much damage all game long, initially not dealing a lot, but now the longer the game has gone, the more damage they ended up dealing. And he's found the Overlords at top left.
Yeah, 4 Overlords going to go down here. You thought the previous supply block was bad. Get ready. It's coming. We got 54 out of 42. 54 out of... Wait, he didn't kill it. Never mind. Oh, he's too afraid of the counterattack. This is a control group and a half of mutas running across the map. It's 1-1 mutas versus Eon Zerg's 1-0 or 0-1 mutas. So the upgrade advantage is going to be pretty big here. Babo, he's bopping him. Whoa, can't go into spores though, but look at how much difference this attack upgrade makes. Nice Scourge hitting there for Babo. Oh, okay, never mind. Eon Zerg had so many Scourges there, but the upgrades, Nyoken.
Yeah, all those Mutas were damaged, so Splash is actually killing a lot of the Mutas. And during that whole engagement, I was really expecting to see a Link counterattack from Eon Zerg anywhere, but there wasn't, so he wasn't able to do any damage back to Babo while all that happened. And now Babo actually does have his third hatch up, and even though Eon Zerg has mined 1,000 more gas, he doesn't have as many Mutas, and if Babo gets that running, he's still going to be in okay position. Here's that counterattack we were expecting, and Mutas are out of position again, but I think they should be able to save this.
Yeah, it's only 7 lings, so, or 7, 8 lings, whatever. So they're going to save the hatch. It's very vulnerable now at about 1/3 health, so watch this second round of lings. Okay, he's going to save the second round of lings, but still very dangerous. But damn, this is quite the close game, Nyoken. Maybe time for like another round of drones. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what's happening for Babo. He's going to go up to maybe up a drone over Eon Zerg. He's got to maybe think about taking his foot off the gas pedal and droning up that third base a little bit.
What's funny? Oh my gosh, this is what I was just about to say. Look at the main of Babo. Depleted extractor in his main. And Eon Zerg's going to get depleted in his main pretty soon, but it's not depleted yet. So for now, he's going to have a big swell of gas, and he should have more Mutas, I would assume. I'm trying to get a count on the Mutas right now for Eon Zerg. It looks like he maybe has control group half. Babo, for now, also probably matching, but because his gases aren't depleted, Eon Zerg should have an overwhelming amount pretty soon. Here comes Eon Zerg again. Are there any lings anywhere to counterattack? Looks like top left.
Now, this might be an anti. Oh no. Okay, +2 Carapace just now finishing for Eon Zerg. That is a mighty upgrade. So even though there's 1-1, there's no spores here for Babo. So we got 1-1 versus 0-2. Let's see if Eon Zerg's upgrades are superior. His Muta count is just barely ahead. Here come the Scourge. They will hit the Mutas, and I think Eon's got this.
Yeah, there's just too many Mutas at this point. Way too many Mutas. GG from Babo.
Damn, GG. That was such a sick game. Oh my god. Babo's ZVZ is legit.
Yeah, Babo was really good at ZVZ. I thought for sure when we saw the Evolution Chamber style, he may just waltz in with those lings with the Muta combination and win the game, but turned out to be an epic, long game.
I really hope we get more of those. I mean, Eon Zerg wins in the end, which maybe is your expected expert Twitch chat analyst prediction, but probably not the way you predicted it to happen for sure. Because that was so back and forth. I definitely thought there were moments where Babo was going to run in and kill him. Didn't happen. Eon held on. That gas situation was about to get really interesting once they start depleting their geysers. I've just never cast a whole lot of ZVZs with depleted geysers in the Nyoken.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been the factor at the end. I don't know how long he was depleted in the main, but even just a few Mutas make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. But you could see the power of O2. Like, armor, so crazy how strong that upgrade is.
It just doesn't make sense how much better armor is than attack. The 1-1 timing, though, that was a little scary. But in the end, armor kicks in for Eon. Now, game number 2 is going to be on the map Gladiator. And that means that we've got a wide open map, a billion million mineral patches. We go late on this map. We're going the distance. So I hope so, but that might be a little bit too much to ask. Obviously, Eon Zerg still may be the favorite. He's leading 1-0. But Babo has given some really strong performances. So let's see if he can bring it back as we get into game number 2 on the map Gladiator. All right, welcome everybody. Game 2, in our second best of 5 quarterfinal series of the night. Our last series in the quarterfinals to find out the last player to make it on to the round of 4. In the bottom right-hand corner, in the black as Zerg, from Belgium, it's Eon Zerg.
In the top right, we've got the orange Zerg. It is Babo. So I wonder if Eon Zerg's going to play the same style, going to be the reactionary Zerg, or is he going to try and turn it up a notch and be the aggressive player? We saw Babo play reactively versus Tai2. Didn't work out for him. I really like his aggro style that we just saw. And I think he played it pretty much perfectly, defended everywhere very nicely. It's kind of just Eon Zerg had just too much production. So I would like to see the same style come out from Babo.
Yeah, well, Gladiator also, if you spawn close positions, they're pretty close. So if you go 9 pool speed, that's a rough one to hold on against, especially since Eon Zerg has shown that he's not afraid to go 12 hatch on 4-player maps.
Yeah, and we do have the 9 pool for Babo. It's going to be another extractor, and Eon Zerg is doing something we've seen a few times where he gets the extractor pretty quickly. So he's going to actually match the gas income for Babo, but his pool's going to be slightly later. So this is an interesting opening. We saw Kami Zerg use this a few times in a previous KSL. It never ended up working, but that's because the Spire placement was a little bit off and got picked off. But this is a pretty cool build that we're seeing from Eon Zerg.
All right, now Eon is going to go for that more aggressive. Actually, is Babo doing the? He's not doing the same build. He got his. So Babo has a faster pool, but in ZVZ you want to have just the slightly slower pool so you can get those extra 2 drones out.
Yeah, if you're just going to play from the defender's point of view, you want to delay the pool as long as possible. Back in the olden days when the only map was Lost Temple, you get 12 versus 3. You both scout each other. First person to put down the pool. Not that they lose the game, but you don't want to put down the pool. You just want to be hatchery man. So I like Eon Zerg's opening a little bit better because he's going to have the more drones, like you said. But this lair, this is a deviation from Babo from last game. Remember last game he went speed first. This time it's lair first. And Eon Zerg, he got off a first scout, so he sees it. He's able to match the lair timing and also get speed at the same time.
Yeah, wow, that's actually prodigious. That's my new word of the day. But lair coming up at almost exactly the same time means that this game is going to be a lot different than our previous one. I don't know if we're going to go late game. Something tells me we're just going to hit, like both players are going to build their mutas, and whoever builds the right mutas wins. I don't know. But I actually really like this as a contrast to the last game. I don't think we're going to get another game like that, but for now, this is kind of the quintessential ZVZ. It's not 9 pool for both players, but it's close. And theoretically, Eon Zerg has a slight advantage, but only just. Babo's got the APM advantage, by the way. He's been hitting 500, 400, 350 now. You know what that means, Nyoken. Faster APM always wins.
Is that what happens? Well, he better have some good reactions here because he thinks that Eon Zerg, okay, he sent his links back to the low ground. I was worried because he thought that he was facing the same build most likely, but we see that the one difference Eon Zerg has is he has speed. So if he was able to engage before Babo could react, all of a sudden we're seeing a complete surround. So I like that he turned around. He did recognize what was happening.
Oh no!
How did those things get in?
Wait, what? Stop it, Eon Zerg. You're too good. How does he do it? Nobody knows. He's got 1 drone. He's got 2. Oh my dog. That's so crazy. How did he slip by there? He's got more by. Oh my god, he's got a concave versus a concave. How does it even happen? It defies the laws of physics.
Well, Babo held, but he lost 2 drones. He also built a sunken, so essentially 3 drones lost. And that's exactly the case. 11 to 8. Big econ advantage for Eon Zerg. And because Babo skipped speed, it's not like Eon Zerg is even worried about a counterattack. So this is terrible for Babo.
My lands. What a situation we got ourselves here, Nyoken. I guess that means Eon Zerg is in the lead. I mean, obviously this is going to come down to mutas. So where are we at on the muta count? Let's see. Oh, the Expo. Little cheeky. I like it. Throwing down the Expo instead of just trying to press a big advantage now, that puts a lot of pressure on Babo, and he just has so much less to deal with because he's down 2 drones.
Yeah, now all the pressure is on Babo, but it's going to be hard for Eon Zerg to defend multiple locations, but it's not going to be hard if Babo just throws his lings away. Free Zerglings for Eon Zerg, And I wish Babo had sent his mutas into the main of Eon Zerg while that was happening. But instead, the mutas were just, I guess, searching for overlords, but he didn't find anything.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make a choice, right? Maybe he thought overlords was going to be the easy option, but he wound up just losing his lings, and Babo cannot afford to throw anything away right now. He's just, he's so far behind. I mean, it sounds weird to say he's so far behind when he's literally 4 supply down and 2 workers down, but when it's 10 versus 8 workers, that's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, and we see that the hatchery is about to complete for Eon Zerg, whereas Babo knows second hatchery. He doesn't even have the econ to put down a second hatchery because his drone count is so low. Meanwhile, he did find some lings from Eon Zerg that time, so he's got that going for him, but Eon Zerg's just going to start running away with it. He's continuously built mutas, and we've seen how deadly his muta control is. 7 mutas versus 6 mutas and 2 Scourge. You would imagine Eon Zerg would win that fight.
Well, hey, yeah, Babo snuck 2 lings through. Let's see if he can get in there. There's actually no drones at the natural expansion yet for Eon Zerg. He just now transfers 1, and he's got mutas along with it to back it up. Oh, perfect. This is, man, Eon is really sort of checking all his boxes here, making sure there's actually no way for Babo to get back in this game.
Well, Babo's going to try and come in here, but it's 9 mutas versus 7, and the Scourge are equal in numbers. And Scourge, no connection so far. Eon Zerg just kills all the Scourge, and now Babo's on the back foot, and he can't even counterattack with lings. So we're just probably going to see Eon Zerg just run him over. There's just too many mutas at this point.
Yeah, Eon's up 2 mutas right now, and the Scourge running in. Whoa, they're so dumb. Oh, 0 IQ Scourge right there. And now, I mean, Babo's going to try to play this, but he's just down mutas. Like, you just lose.
Oh. The muta control is crazy from both sides. Eon Zerg stopping on a dime to take out those 2 Scourge right there. But still, the problem remains. It's 9 versus 6, or it's 9 versus 7. All it takes is Eon Zerg to recognize it's 9 versus 7, and he can easily win this fight.
Yeah, if he just went for it, he'd be golden. Like, there's no spores or anything stupid like that. It's still 1 base. He knows it. He knows the longer this game goes, the better it is going to be. A little bit of an unlucky drone sent halfway across the map. It's now pulled back to be a gas drone, but it's 2 gas. And with Eon Zerg picking off that Overlord, well, it's looking like a classic case of more versus less here in Ioken.
Yeah, there's just too many mutas. The Scourge actually connected for Babo. Look at how fast 4 mutas just die from Babo, and it's going to be Eon Zerg 2-0 over Babo.
Whew. Damn. Eon, I love that he's playing the hatchery game of chicken. He's like, look, I threw down a hatchery. What are you going to do? Come at me. And that wasn't even like a 9 or like a damn it. Like a 12 hatch or anything crazy like that. He played the aggressive pool game. I think he went 12 pool versus 9 pool, or maybe it was over pool. I don't remember. But the idea is, as soon as he got that tiny little advantage by sneaking those lings in, he instantly throws down the hatchery. I really like that play.
Yeah, Eon Zerg just on another level in ZVZ. You always know that there's... ZVZ takes a lot of thought, but from the outsider point of view, sometimes you just don't know what that is. Like, what was the difference? But Eon Zerg just knows how to play ZVZ. He's an expert at it. He's up there with True Touch. Whenever I think of top ZVZ, those 2 always come to mind. And Babo's in real trouble because I love his muta control, but it just seems like the understanding of ZVZ is way higher for Eon Zerg.
Yeah, and I mean, besides just ZVZ, just the pedigree Eon Zerg has as a player kind of speaks for itself. I mean, he's already been here, done that. He's trying for the Flash 3 BSL championships. Not even Flash has that, man. Eon Zerg's coming for it. But for Babo, this is his first real breakout performance to make it to the round of 8, and I really hope he can at least take a game, maybe take the series in a super crazy upset. I don't know. But it's already 2-0 for Eon Zerg, and he's trying to race Bonneth for the fastest player to win a best-of-5 in BSL. Let's see if he can do it as we get into Power Bond, the BSL Classic map, for our 3rd and potentially final game of this final best-of-5 quarter-final series. All right, in the upper left-hand corner in the black as Zerg. From Belgium, it's Eon Zerg.
And in the bottom middle, you got the red Zerg. It is Bobo. He needs your energy, Rapid. You say it doesn't matter. I disagree. He needs it. I believe in Bobo.
Yeah, I actually do too. His Muta control and his ZVZ looks pretty solid. Like, when you could go toe-to-toe with Eon Zerg, you're doing okay. I would say there's like this black magic in ZVZ that nobody really understands, except like the best players, about like mutas and Scourge and drones, and how you find like the perfect balance between all of those. I don't know, but it's crazy. Let's see what the opening builds are, though, because that could actually tell us a whole lot about how these players want to play this game. It looks like we're not going to see anything super early, but we're at 9. Now it's a game of chicken. Who's going to throw down the pool first?
Well, they're going to find each other first, and Eon Zerg knows that Bobo's been aggressive this whole series. I think at this point, because of how easily Eon Zerg has shut it down, I think it's time for Eon Zerg to 12 hatch, and it's simply because I think he's going to think, well, 9 pool didn't work. There's no way Bobo's going to 12 or 9 pool speed me again. So I really like that move. But he is just going to take the safe route. He goes for 12 pool. And Bobo's going to have the build order advantage this time because he's going for 12 hatch.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's find out. I like that he's saying, look, Eon Zerg, you always have this hatchery advantage. It's time. Now I am the captain. He's going to have the hatchery advantage, but he's got to hold on against the Ling pressure. And if Eon sniffs this out, then, ooh, that's going to be rough.
Well, Eon Zerg going to take hatchery for himself at the Nat. He's got his gas already done, so he's going to have the gas advantage just like he had last time. And I wonder if we're going to see the evolution chamber style from either of them. I mean, now that we're not facing an early pool from either side, probably not. Probably just going to have a slugfest between the mutas again. But pool is done for Eon Zerg. How many Lings does he want to build? Is he going to get speed first? Is this going to be lair? He's pulling off a drone from the gas. He's pulling off 2 off of gas, so maybe this is speed. Nope, lair.
I can't wait. This is going to be really exciting to watch, because this is, I think, the first time we've seen Bobo, go for this 12 hatch. So I'm excited. Pool just now finishing up, and this is just as 6 Lings head across the map and leave the natural of Eon Zerg. As they come across the map, the Overlord from Bobo is going to see them, so he knows exactly the timing. He's going to have to pull some drones here.
I think he should be fine with just Lings coming down. Wow, he's so confident. Oh, I guess he has vision. I saw him building a drone. And ZVZ, yeah. I'm always very weary to sneak in a drone because they just seem to always build non-stop Lings. Here we go, 6 versus 6, but arc advantage so far for Eon Zerg.
A couple more Lings pop, though, so Bobo's got it for a second. And this is only 6 Lings from Eon. He actually baits Bobo's Lings out and almost kills 2 for free. That's crazy.
Yeah, I took a quick look at both players. I don't see speed coming in from either side. They are just banking their gas up. And Spire's going to be coming down for Eon Zerg. Lair not finished just yet for Bobo, but you can see that Eon Zerg is a bit worried about a potential mass Ling attack because he's the one skipping. Well, he knows that he's skipping speed, so he preemptively built a sunken colony, but Bobo has no intention of going for speed. He's just going to put down a Spire himself.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that is the right decision. You know it's slower than your opponents, but you've already defended the natural. But this time, both players have pretty decent natural expansions, but Eon's does not have a gas in it just yet. Bobo went for a super fast gas comparatively, and so that might be what makes the difference when it comes down to the Muta versus Muta.
Yeah, Bobo with the slightly faster gas at the Nat. He's going to start mining it, and he's going to catch up that 70 or so gas differential right now. Spire's about 75% done for Eon Zerg, 50% done for Bobo. I'm trying to see. I think that these Overlords are a bit slow to get outside of the base of Eon Zerg. I think that Eon Zerg will be able to find these pretty quickly, and I don't think Bobo will be able to save them. So that could be 2 Overlords going down pretty quickly, and we may see a big supply block.
I mean, that's larva, it's 200 minerals, it's supply block, that would just be tragic. So he's starting to split the Overlords, but obviously you do actually want them to make it home. Eon Zerg's Overlord, it pulls back. Actually, I think both of his Overlords are going to scout Bobo's Overlords. So, man, these Overlords are really killing it. So, imagine being an Overlord versus another Overlord. Like, you can't damage each other, but you know it's coming. So, this is going to be really good for Eon as he finds these out on the map.
Yeah, and you can see that, I guess, Bobo's given up on this bottom Overlord because he's changing the direction of the one at the top, trying to outrun the bottom Overlord. But no, Eon Zerg actually just built Scourge first. He's just going to sit over top of these larvae, and we're going to see Mutas just get insta-popped as soon as they pop out.
This is Eon styling a little bit. I love how he spreads the Scourge out. Insta-pop. Oh, but he actually targets different... Oh, no, he got it. He got him. All right, damn. Well, where there were 4 Mutas, there are now only 2.
One of the Scourge connected and didn't damage the Muta. That was such a weird...
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah, because like, as you spawn, the Scourge detonate like prematurely. I don't know. Somebody told me how that works, but it's actually the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, he did at least get one of the Mutas, but it did cost him 4 Scourge for that. And Bobo does have 1 more Muta right now. Actually, 2. Yeah, 1 more Muta. He did get his gas faster in his net, and he didn't build any Scourge at all. So if they have a fight and we see good control from Bobo's side, those glaives will splash and kill the Scourge over time, and then we'll just have a similar scenario to last game, except Bobo's the one that's going to have the Muta advantage.
Yeah, actually, isn't it cost ineffective and also larva ineffective if you kill 1 Muta with 4 Scourge? I don't know how that works out, but it was worth the play because you rarely get an opportunity to do that in a ZVZ. It only happens when your hatcheries are just like kind of weirdly, or your spires are like weirdly off time. But hey, now we got 2 base versus 2 base, Nyoken. We might have, dare I say, a late game.
We might. It's possible. Okay. Both players have decent drone counts. Here we go. Eon Zerg. There's the link. Look at the movement of these links. They just barely move out of vision of the Mutas, and Eon Zerg is going to have free reign over the left side of this main.
God. Here we go. Whoa! Scourge versus Scourge. 1 survives there for Bobo. Got a couple more coming through, but a kind of a Scourge flank from Eon Zerg. He brought a couple in from behind, and now it's 8 versus 9 Mutas, and that's more.
Eon Zerg somehow had a better trade there, and now he's got the Muta advantage, but he's trying to splash these Scourge. Bobo doing a good job trying to defend it. Actually, Bobo has a drone advantage now. I take that back. Nice pick off right there, and this is not the fight for Eon Zerg, I don't think.
No, I think Eon Zerg is actually losing this. It's 4 versus 4, and I think the higher health bars were for Eon, but a 5th Muta pops out now, and this is definitely not a fight he wants to take. 4 Scourge coming through. Good micro here from Bobo, but he's losing drones.
Yeah, and now Bobo has the moving shot, but he runs into a 5th Mutalisk, and it's 4v5 right now. Now 5v5. Eon Zerg has got his rally point set to this base. He definitely needs to have all of his units synced up if he wants to take a fight like this. Now we have 4 Scourge, 5 Mutas versus pure Muta at this point from Bobo, so he's got to be very careful.
Man, this game is actually so close. I have no idea what's going to happen. It seems like Eon Zerg is playing a little bit more aggressively. Let's see, both players, they got 3 on both gases, so that all makes sense. 15 drones, identical Muta counts, identical Scourge counts, I believe. But look at these lings coming through for Eon into the natural.
Yeah, and even though it's only 8, there's only 6 lanes down here. So now Bobo has to defend it. Meanwhile, instant counterattack from Eon Zerg into the main. He's going to wipe some drones and most likely just back off.
Damn, the big brain play from Eon. And you could see, that's like the pump fake right there. The Zerglings in the natural, the Mutas in the main. It's 2 in the base, 1 big mistake. I don't know what you're supposed to do there because like if he splits Mutas, he just loses, right?
And now what do you do from Bobo's point of view? You got to build drones, but if you build drones, you know the other guy's just building Mutas, and then he's just going to overwhelm you at some point. So Bobo, I feel like he has to attack, but Eon Zerg just flat out has more of everything. He has more Mutas, he has more Scourge, he killed all the drones in the mineral line, and this is sort of playing out similar to what
Oh my god, he just killed 1 drone with 1 Zergling in the natural. Stop it.
This is going to be tilting, so now we may just see Bobo go for 1 big attack and try to make a miracle happen, and he needs a miracle because there's just so much for Eon Zerg, and he's taking a 3rd base at this point, drone going to top left.
Yeah. There's also the upgrade advantage, by the way. Zero's been trying to point that out for like about a million years. But now I recognize it. It's +1 carapace for Babo. I finally said it.
I don't think it matters. Look how many Scourge there are. There's 10 Scourge with 10 Mutas. Well, there's a lot of Scourge for Babo, too. You gotta be careful.
Oh my dog, this is crazy. Oh, look at the Mutas for Babo, though. They're chasing him. He's got the moving shot. Eon's being pushed back. He's got worse upgrades. He's losing Mutas. Superior count for Babo.
Yeah,
is he doing it, Nyoken?
He might be doing it, but 2 Lings at the natural, wiping the drone line. No reaction from Babo because of all the chaos happening with the Mutas. But it's 7 versus 3, but they're highly damaged. Even like just a couple Mutas that just splash will end up killing 4 of them immediately. So I still think Eonzerg's got it. There's 5 drones left for Babo.
Yeah, 5 versus 10, doubling up, but the Muta count's still good. Carapace, how good is it? The answer is pretty good. So still 5 on 3, now 4 on 3 with a Scourge chasing. The Mutas continue to pop here for Eon, and I think if Babo loses now, the game is gonna go to Eonzerg.
You have too many Mutas. Babo's just running out of steam. The Ling counterattack did too much damage, and now we have Mass Scourge coming out. He just instantly leaves. GG, and Eonzerg wins 3-0.
He does indeed. So right on schedule. I actually think Eon. So I think Bonneth won in 50 minutes, and Eonzerg won in 58 minutes. So close to Eonzerg, not close enough. Wow, we had a less than 2-hour BSL quarterfinals broadcast, Nyoken. Damn. Whew.
Yeah, and the ZVZs actually were very, very good. The first one especially, I was very impressed from both sides. The PVZ, a bit of a stomp from Bonneth, but we did have good games in CVZ. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if we're going to have an interview with our intrepid champion there, but I think we've got plenty to talk about even still. Like, that was crazy. And I love that we get exactly like the opposite experiences between the first quarterfinals that were really close, 5-game best of 5s, and then these semifinals that were just 3-0 stomps. So let's find out what it feels like to 3-0 your way to the semifinals as we jump into an interview with our now BSL Season 7 semifinalist, Eonzerg. I think we've got that ready to go when Zero gives me the cue. All right, let's go. All right, please welcome Eonzerg to the BSL stream. How you feeling after that 3-0 win, Eonzerg?
Hello, Nyoken. Hello, Goku.
Oh, you kill me. I subbed to your channel. You have to be nice to me, Eon.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to win. I'm just looking for the next round, I guess.
Yeah. So going up against Babo, were you like pretty confident all the way, or were you nervous at any point? What was going on there?
Well, CBC is always a bit chaotic,
Yeah.
but to be honest, since let's say I don't have the best expectations about me lately, I'm just looking at this round like whatever happens is okay for me. So I'm confident in CBC, obviously. So I just try to think about the builds. I didn't practice CBC at all. I just think about the builds and the plans that I wanted to execute, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so ZVZ, you and True Touch are like another level. It's just crazy. Every time I watch you guys play, I can't even describe it. It just always seems like you just are way better than anybody else. So if you could give like what's one thing that you think makes you better than everyone? Is it your decision making? Is it the muta control? What is it?
I think what probably favors me in CBC is that usually my player style is very aggressive in every single matchup. I'm always trying to force very weird situations or just trying to be everywhere, and I think it kind of helps me in CBC. But I actually think Trutas is a much more solid CBC player than me. There was a time I wasn't really confident at all in my CBC, and for me, the guy to look for was always Trutas. His CBC was always amazing, and he was such a strong player to play against. probably saying Siki level.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty high praise. Zico is a god. So now you 3-0'd your way through Babo, and you're moving on to this quarter or the semifinals of BSL Season 7, where you are going to face off against Bonith. Now, I mean, Bonith is just coming off of a win in Corrupted Cup. I mean, what do you think is going to happen here? Are you confident in your ZVP, or are you just, I don't know, are you scared of Bonith?
I'm not scared about Bonnie, to be honest. But I think Bonnie, what he's doing lately is really fantastic. He's doing so well everywhere, and he's such a strong player to play against. I think I play, for example, 6 foreigner only tournaments, and 6 of them I made all of them finals, and I was only able to win the one. And Bonnie and the wall really showed very strong results. And Bonnie is, I think Bonnie is like the best foreigner player right now, the guy to look for. And I think it's going to be hard to beat him, to be honest. But like I say, I don't have anything to lose. This is a great opportunity to have so many BSLs in a row, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, congratulations. Now, I know you stream a lot. You've got a lot of fans watching Eon Zerg out there. Do you have a message for your fans, Eon Zerg?
Yeah, actually I have. Guys, I'm so sorry I'm not able to give such good results for you lately. Like, you always supported me so hard, but just don't have this. I always very hype about playing tournaments, and always telling you I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try my best, and maybe someday I'm going to come back to you like we did it, and like it was before last year, I guess. And just doing the best, but at least I try. I'm going to keep trying. We'll never give up. So.
Yeah. So cheer for him so he can show good games. That's the important part of the interview you got to get. Well, congratulations. Do you have anything else to add to that, Nyokin?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing Eon Zerg versus Bonith, especially after what we just heard, where we're not afraid of Bonith. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your interview, Eon Zerg. Guys, you can watch Eon Zerg play before the semifinals on his stream as always. So go check that out and make sure to tune back in for more BSL a little bit later on. Thanks so much, Eon. I guess you can go ahead and head on out of here, and we'll look forward to seeing a little bit more.
Yeah, thanks you guys. Amazing job, like always. Thanks.
All right. Well, thanks so much to Eon Zerg for coming out and doing that interview. Congratulations to him for advancing on to the semifinals. And that's going to do it for our quarterfinal broadcast for BSL Season 7. Wow, we are almost done with the season. But first, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Bombastic Star League. Because coming up, we've got 3 more seasons left of BSL until we hit the auspicious BSL Season 10. Blizzard has sponsored that with a $3,000 prize pool, which is actually just so incredible. So for BSL Season 10, that's going to be like the big one, right? So there's a lot of different ways for how to qualify for BSL Season 10. You can be one of the champions of BSL's Season 7, 8, and 9. So that's going to seed you into BSL Season 10. You can also get into BSL by getting a high enough rank in your BSL points. So you get BSL points by either placing highly in ladder tours, Chobo League, Gosu League, or Pro League. Obviously, Pro League gives the most points, Gosu League the second most points, and then Chobo League and ladder tours will give you a low amount of points there too. But we total all the ladder points up, and then the top 20 players points-wise actually make it into BSL Season 10. So there's a lot to play for. If you're even not in Pro League, if you're in Gosu League, you still got a pretty good chance of qualifying for BSL Season 10. And there's so much money on the line. There's absolutely a way that you can make it up there. There's also going to be BSL 10 Open Ladder, where we're going to qualify 8 spots for BSL Season 10. But right now, the only thing you got to think about are the points. So get out there, play Chobo League, Gosu League, Ladder Tours, Pro League, whatever. Get your BSL points, because when it comes time for BSL Season 10, that's how you qualify.
Yeah, and you can make a lot of points off of just the ladder tournaments. There's like 3 or 4 each season. You add those up, we're talking like almost 600 points. So maybe you're a hidden Gosu. You can take out all the players, win them all. I mean, it's possible. Players like DeWalt, True Touch, if you're able to beat them, maybe you can get in straight up from ladder the ladder map or the map. Yeah, the ladder tournament. So,
and I really like that. Even if you're just a great Pro League player, the difference between maybe the 19th, 20th, and 21st spots could just be because of ladder tour placement. If you get like an extra 25 points or something crazy like that. So I really like this. This is kind of like that WCS point system, but basically it's just a way of judging which players play the best overall over the next 3 seasons so that we can actually get the best players for BSL Season 10. It's going to be so exciting. So that's a little bit of an update about how everything's going to work. Obviously, we still have to play 3 more seasons of BSL, so it's not like you'll have to think about this every time you watch BSL, but hold on, I promise I'm not sure the Nyoka will be straighter. Anyway, that's how the points look. So if you want to think about that and do some math, then go ahead. If you don't, you can actually check out all of the points by heading on over to the BSL Season 10 seeding page, or point rank page on Liquipedia. It's being posted in the chat as well. So that's how you can find out where your favorite players are and where they're standing. And if you need to motivate them a little bit more on social media or on their streams, then you get out there and tell them to win more.